Hello and welcome to the SITREP. Today we have the honor of having Thomas Paulus from CHAMPVA. He's going to answer some of the questions we constantly get concerning that program. Welcome, Thomas.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Now, let's jump right in. How much does CHAMPVA cost? So if a veteran or their family is eligible and receiving CHAMPVA, what can they expect to pay for it?
Well, there's no enrollment fees, so there's no monthly or annual fee for enrollment. There is a $50 individual deductible, a $100 family deductible, and then a max out-of-pocket, or what we call a catastrophe cap, of $3,000. So the most an eligible CHAMPVA beneficiary or family of beneficiaries would have out-of-pocket is $3,000 in a calendar year.
In a calendar year.
Yes.
Okay. So what does it cover then? What does CHAMPVA cover?
CHAMPVA covers most every, normal medical, need that you might need, whether it's routine care or emergent care, specialty care. Very similar to TRICARE or Medicare as far as what our coverage, what we do cover. A few things, one of the most obvious one of the biggest things that we don't cover unless it's an actual medical need is dental coverage.
Is dental. Okay.
Just general dental coverage is not covered by CHAMPVA.
What about things like residential care, long-term care, end-of-life care?
CHAMPVA has coverage requirements for that. If we're primary, of course, we'll pay differently because we're the primary insurance. But we do have coverage for that if we're secondary, like the beneficiary has other health insurance. Let's say they have Blue Cross Blue Shield or Medicare or something like that. Of course, Medicare, those insurances would pay first, and then we would come back in and pick up and pay whatever up to the allowable amounts for those long-term cares.
What about pharmacy costs? What does CHAMPVA cover as far as pharmacy? How does your copays factor in with pharmacy?
Well, we have a couple of different types of programs for pharmacy for our eligible beneficiaries. We have a retail pharmacy program where you can go to any retail pharmacy, pay a copay up to that $50 individual, $100 family, $3,000 max out of pocket, and get your meds through that pharmacy. Or we have the Meds by Mail program where there is. Meds by mail is usually used for maintenance types of medication, and there's absolutely no costs there's no cost shares, no copays, anything like that, if you take advantage of our Meds by Mail program. So
if I'm on a long-term, blood pressure medication, then how does that work? Just curiously, like, do I send the prescription to them, or does the doctor send the prescription? How do I get into that Meds by Mail? Because that sounds like, if it's no cost and my meds I assume they arrive every month for my monthly, dosage and such. Our
Meds by Mail program is divided into regions. We have the East region and the West region. So the first time you use it, you have to fill out the Meds by Mail form. The provider or the beneficiary can fill that form out, send it through regular mail or through a fax number to initiate an account with the Meds by Mail program. And then once you do have that Meds by Mail, you're in the Meds by Mail program, then a provider can submit those prescriptions electronically, and then they're just mailed based off of the details of the prescription, whether it's a 90-day prescription, 180-day prescription, whatever the case might be. They're mailed monthly, quarterly, whatever.
And no cost. No cost to the beneficiary.
Correct. No cost on the Meds by Mail program.
Great. Hey folks, connecting with your benefits is our primary mission, and the SITREP is providing more options than ever.
Subscribe to our free email newsletter, subscribe to our audio podcast channel, or subscribe to our content on YouTube. For details and links, check out the description below.